this personality. I don't have anything against his personality, and I get why people don't like Kobe and all of that.
I don't care about that. That's
I
part of the
look at
game.
him as a fighter. I'm like, man, there's people literally grinding and working hard to try get into the same status and to get to the level that you're at, where you can constantly have title fights. But you've had what? He fought Usman twice now.
For Usman twice and
But they both
Jorge,
title fights?
and Jorge Masvidal. Yeah, but
Yeah.
his last 3 fights
He
was
got two
Masvidal,
because he
Usman,
got two
Usman.
title fight shots.
Like,
And he lost them both.
He lost them both.
like
Only person he beat is Masvidal in the last 3 years.
hello guys, welcome back for a new episode and something we're going to be doing for main events and UFC, because we do know there's a UFC crowd and the UFC crowd deserves something special for themselves. So here we've got myself, TK, coming live from the couch. I've got Sui.
The biggest casual in the game. You know what it is, baby.
We got Memz over there.
BJJ Blue Belt.
That's podcast alone now, you know?
Don't fight him unless you're on the ground. So look, we just wanted to do something just to wrap up the UFC. I think in the old format of how we did things, we kind of brushed over the UFC and we wanted to give it a little bit more attention because we're aware the audience, this is something that you watch a lot. So yeah, let's get into it, boys. Obviously yesterday morning in Australian time, we started off early in the morning with UFC 286 or 287?
286?
26.
286? Alright, so 287 is 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Alright, sweet. My bad. Casual.
You beat me to it. I'm spewing. You beat me to it.
Listen, we made this episode because of our TikTok followers, because they love us so much and they have so much to say about our opinions that we thought we'd make 20-minute YouTube videos of us talking our rubbish so they can comment and fight.
You know what I love? That word casual. I actually love it. I embrace it.
Yeah, I love being a casual. What do you want me to watch? What happened at 4 a.m. with the under prelims? Cause get out of here, man. The freaking hell did
You don't watch Bellator? You filthy casual.
What is Bellator?
What is Bellator?
Let's find out
Casual?
about one championship.
Wait till you find about Eagle FC.
Oh,
You know, even Masvidal's got one too. You don't know about it? You're a casual.
Nah, I prefer PFL. Thank you very much.
because Masvidal's one's in the backyard, probably in the streets.
So as you can tell, a bunch of casuals talking MMA. And yes, we did have 286 on the weekend. And there's only 2 fights that I want to really highlight because 2 of those fights have pretty important ramifications for the future. Ramifications is a really big word.
Oh my god.
First one was Fiziev and Gaethje.
Spewing, I missed it.
Oh
Spewing.
man,
I still haven't watched it. You know
you
that
still
one.
haven't watched it?
No, I'm watching this. I
Have
watched
you watched
after
it? You haven't watched it yet either. Man, that was a war. But since you guys haven't watched it, I don't want to talk about what happened in the fight. But I do want to talk about what's next for Gaethje and what's next for Fiziev. Fiziev's 5 in the lightweight division now.
Yep.
Gaethje was 3. I imagine
Still
he'll.
stay 3.
I imagine he would stay 3. But you got Dariush and Oliveira confirmed as well
Oh well.
for the.
He's got to go up against Poirier, man. Run that back.
Gaethje,
Yeah, run that back.
run that back.
Simple
I
as
think
that.
so
Run
too.
that back, man. I think that fight, if you watch the Gaethje and Poirier fight, that is, I'd like to see, I've always said I'd like to see this new version of, it's not new anymore, but I'd like to see this newer version of Gaethje against Poirier. So you got to run that back, man. I think because that Gaethje that fought Poirier, as good as he was literally a highlight reel. And he was a little bit reckless and irresponsible.
You're right. Trevor Whitman hadn't. Yeah, Trevor Whitman hadn't
sprinkled
properly-
his gloss over him. So
properly, Trevor Whitman is just for Sui because he's the filthy casual. Trevor Whitman is Kamaru Usman, Rose Namajunas, and Justin Gaethje's coach.
That man was too happy hugging Leon Edwards.
Have you
Hey,
seen?
what the hell, bro? He's so dirty.
So in his last, so when Gaethje lost to Chandler, when Gaethje got cracked by Chandler, you saw Trevor Whitman in the background smiling in his corner. Smiling while watching Gaethje get cracked. When Usman lost to Edwards, you see Trevor Whitman again in the back smiling.
What's his
Not even
problem?
that,
Why
he
is he
just
very
hugs the
happy?
men too, bro.
Why is he so happy?
I don't know. He's just a smiley
He's just
kind
a
of
happy
guy.
guy, bro. Who knows?
His father just lost and shit.
I think he's smiling because he knows he's gonna fuck him up in the gym later on.
That's
what he's
Oh yeah, you're.
So this new Gaethje that's been trained and molded by Trevor Whitman against Poirier.
No.
That'll be.
And they're two both, like, I know Gaethje is more of a a striker, like all-round striker, and I see Poirier more as a boxer rather than a striker. But I think it would just be good. Like they would have some big exchanges, man, and it would be as Gaethje likes to call it, it would be a car crash. And
It would be a car. Fiziev looked like a car crash.
yeah,
man.
you know what I mean.
Bro, I just seen a photo of his face. And
Yeah.
I said, I don't want to be that guy, man.
So Gaethje looked like he had nothing, and Fiziev just looked like he'd been through it. And I think that's because of the Muay Thai. The Muay Thai. Fiziev was a Muay Thai champion, so he fights in Thailand. So this guy eats elbows to the face for
He
a
loves
living.
it. Breakfast, lunch, and
Yeah.
dinner.
He eats elbows to the face, so scar tissue just pops everywhere on his face.
So do you reckon what? You reckon Gaethje and Poirier run it back
I-
again?
Running it back, man. People still would love to watch that again. I just don't know what you do with the outcome of that fight. Does that mean you do that as sort of as a number one contender fight, or is it not a number?
You've already got your number one contender fight.
That's what I mean. Like, so what's the outcome from that? Like,
Such a weird
I
division.
don't know what you do with it.
There's too much
because,
happening in there,
Yeah, no one's gonna fight for the belt for a while. You know what I mean? Like the
Islam's-
champion just
Islam's Islam's calling out Leon Edwards now as well.
Yeah, what's him in
like,
thing?
like, bro, stay in your own division. There's a lot of
I-
problems for you there.
I hate that, and look, I don't know. Like, it's gonna sound a little bit left field, but I hate this whole movement of divisions, like champs wanting to move up. I think with Volkanovski, I think it's a little bit of an exception because
He did so
fought
much.
the best guy in the division, and he convincingly won his fights. Like by the end of the trilogy, if you started off like I did, where you're like, I'm not sure if he won that fight. By the end of the trilogy, you're like, yeah, I think Volk's the real deal. Like you kind of went through that evolution during with him.
Same with
and-
Izzy
yeah.
when he went up to fight Yarn.
Yeah,
He-
like they'd fought everyone in the division, so you couldn't hold it against them and say, like you haven't defended the title. But I think first and foremost, if you're a champion, like you got to fight in your own yard and do what you got to clean out your division. Once you've earned your stripes there, I think that's when you should start looking at potentially becoming a double champ and moving weight classes. So with Islam, I think, yeah. And the thing with Islam, if he was to move out, like I know it won't happen, but if he was to move out, like there's that whole argument, like I don't want to get into it, but like of did he even beat Volk? Like we've all sat down and debunked this and said, yeah, we're happy, we're convinced that he beat Volk. But there's still people that have that question. So how can you then sit there and say you want to move up a division when a guy who came up a division fought you? You were tied number one pound for pound with him. Like
gave you headaches.
You know, it gave you headaches. You haven't convinced enough in your only title defense for you to justify a move up. So
I think that's just a Twitter stunt, bro.
Might have been Ali
I feel
Abdulaziz.
like-
Might have been Ali Abdulaziz.
I
on
feel
his
like
account.
everyone does it now, bro.
Yeah.
Like everyone's calling out everyone. Everyone wants to fight.
of course,
Doesn't make it right.
Another interesting one. Colby Covington
He's annoying,
is
bro.
confirmed to fight Edwards next by
He's
Dana
annoying,
White.
bro. Wallah, he's annoying. It just does my head in.
How do you get that many title shots?
Dana, bro? It's
Without
Dana
somebody
White.
out doing it?
title
Dana
shots.
White.
My biggest Kobe, like I don't dispute his talent. I actually think his talent in
you?
there, like he's good, but he's inactive enough for me to justify actually trying to get behind him or say, like, yeah, I'd want to see you with a title. Like it's not has nothing to do with his personality. I don't have anything against his personality, and I get why people don't like Kobe and all of that.
I
But,
don't
like,
care about that. That's
I
part of the
look at
game.
him as a fighter. I'm like, man, there's people literally grinding and working hard to try get into the same status and to get to the level that you're at, where you can constantly have title fights. But you've had what? He fought Usman twice now.
For Usman twice and,
Was- but were
and
they both
Jorge,
title
and,
fights?
and Jorge Masvidal. Yeah, but
Yeah.
his last three fights
He
were
got two
Masvidal.
because he
Usman,
got two
Usman.
title fight shot.
Like,
And he lost them both.
He lost them both.
like,
Only person he beat is Masvidal in the last 3 years.
you know what I mean? Like, and then
Because that's
before
3
that-
years. What John
and
Jones been
before-
up for 3 years.
Yeah, but John Jones is different.
That's
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. Who are you, cuz?
Yeah.
Who are you?
And with like when we look at his credentials before that, he beat up aging Woodley. Like
Yeah.
Woodley, for all he did before he got to those fights, like Woodley went and lost a fight to Jake Paul. Like you can't sit there and go like, what is your CV? And all right, this is your CV, but you're not active enough, man. Like go out, earn your stripes. And I hate like. There's nothing I hate more than the UFC rankings when you've got ranked fighters or top 5 ranked fighters that just love to sit on their ranking and they're not willing to put their neck out and give someone a title shot or give someone a crack to have a go at them. Like the one person I respect the most is Gilbert Burns, for example.
He'll fight anyone.
Right? He went and fought
Yeah,
Hazmat.
he's proper.
Like he fought that bloke and that was his ranking on the line. Like and he just went, you know what? I want to go do it. I want to give it a shot.
And now he's got a confirmed fight against Masvidal. Like
Yeah.
he just says yes and signs a dotted line.
And that's,
That's
what I
how-
like,
that's
man.
good.
Like that's actually, at the end of the day, you're a fighter, man. Like this is the career you chose. You want to be an
Hmm.
entertainer. You want to be a fighter. Get in the ring and show people what you're about.
I think Colby should be fighting Shafkat. Rahmanov.
Bro, they're making Bilal Muhammad fight
Yeah.
Shafkat now.
Yeah, well, Bilal's
Bully's been calling Kobe for God knows how long.
Bro.
Someone fight Bilal, man. No one
Bro,
wants to fight
haram.
him
I
either.
never used to, whatever, we never used to rate him, but like, at least he's like trying to offer everyone out.
Bro,
Apparently he said, I want Kamzat. Like, I want anyone. I don't care.
He just wants to get in the ring,
I want to get in the ring. I want to earn my money.
Bilal, he deserves his flowers, man.
Yeah, bro.
After the Leon fight with the eye poke, and then he went and fought Luque, a lot of people started doubting him and hating on him. When he showed up, I forgot who it was.
With Khabib's crew.
Yeah, when he showed up and outboxed that guy.
The guy who had like 14 KOs or something.
Yeah,
he never
yeah.
lost
He
or something.
outboxed that guy. He made a statement, and now he's calling out everyone, and no one's signing the dotted line with him.
I watch a lot of podcasts of his, bro. He's like, bro, no one wants to fight me.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what it comes
when
down
did you
to.
all fear me now? Now he's fear me. You never used, like, no one used to respect him before. Now no one wants to fight him, which is respect, really.
Yeah, I think Bilal can beat Shafkat too. Shafkat's scary, don't get me wrong, but
I don't think so.
we'll see.
That's how, yeah. Shafkat has no defense, bro.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
His
And-
defense is his right hand and his
And
left hand.
Bilal's safe. Bilal's a
right.
very safe fighter. So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, Colby with a title shot. I think Edwards.
I think the bigger
Edwards-
question is what now for Usman. I think that's the question we've got to ask.
I think he's too hurt to even think about anything.
I was so sad about that, bro.
I know. And it's funny. I was speaking to my mate about this. And we're on one of the MMA pages, and one of the predictions they were saying like top 5 fighters predictions for the year. And one of the predictions I had in there was Usman to retire or to walk away from UFC this year. I remember that was at the start of the year. I think it was the 1st or 2nd of Jan. I remember my mate sent me that, and I was like, nah, bro, like, there's no way.
You can see he has too much shit. Like,
I was like, there's no way Usman walks away from the game. I was like, he should verse Leon again. I can't remember. Yeah, I was like, he should verse Leon again. And when he versus Leon again, I was expecting him to win that fight. And that's just based on the history of how the first fight went. Like, I didn't think Rocky could pretty much do what Rocky did.
Yeah.
So like now when you look at it, you're like, what's next for Usman? Does it call it a day? I think he's still easily a top 5. But I
definitely.
guess within him, like, what does he want to do is my question.
So did you watch the race? I don't think you boys watched Joe Rogan's episode with Jamal Hill.
Nah, not the
So this was before they fought again. Joe Rogan was telling an anecdote about Usman's knees and how bad they are.
yeah, I seen that little thing.
Yeah. Usman has to walk backwards up when he goes downstairs. That's how bad his knees are.
Really?
When he walks on the sidewalk, he walks on the grass
Yeah,
instead of the
'cause-
pavement because the pain is that bad.
Ugh,
Like his knees are like
backward.
What's the solution for
buckled.
that?
There's no solution. Like when you get to
Just live with
35,
pain?
when you get to 35, man, like, and you've been an athlete for so long and nothing's working. You just
Has he
live
had
with it.
surgery on him?
He's had surgery on him. I'm sure he's tried to rehab them, and I think he's been fighting with that problem for a while.
He has.
Yeah, he's a proper soldier, bro. Usman.
Yeah, and look, man, honestly, if he decides to hang up the gloves,
Do you reckon if his knees were good, he would have been better? Like he would have actually, because he couldn't take Leon Edwards down, bro.
man, you remember
He struggled.
You remember the Usman that fought Gilbert Burns? Yeah,
Just
yeah,
ragdoll.
you remember the Usman that fought T Wood? You remember the Usman that fought
Uh,
Colby the first time?
That T Wood manhandle, bro.
Yeah, man, like,
manhandled him
He's a
for 5
he's-
rounds, bro.
I love Usman, bro. I still
Yeah.
love him, bro. I think he's still one of the best. He's up there.
He's one of the
You
best.
can't disagree with
I
it, bro.
kind of wanted him to lose this fight because I have that love for Rocky
Yeah.
just a little bit more.
Yeah, when Leon Edwards won, I wasn't upset.
Yeah,
And I'm a big, but I'm like, bro, straight out, it's his hometown.
he deserves it.
and he fought pretty well. It's
Yeah.
not like he didn't deserve to win.
No, no.
That active win streak is just going up.
Bro, his
and up
defense-
and up and up.
Yeah.
His defense on takedowns was, I was like, whoa, bro, woke me up.
And again, you can say maybe it's Usman's knees, but still credit
At
to
the end of the
Rocky.
day,
I
he's
didn't
in
care.
the
Whatever's
ring,
in front
man.
of you, you have to do. That's how it is.
It's credit to Leon. He went after him with those oblique kicks. You know, he wore him down. He knew his weaknesses and took him apart. So brilliant fight. I still think he's a good champion. And
Nah,
I think
definitely.
I think he beats Colby.
I look that one. I actually want Rocky to win. Like,
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'll buy
the
Leon Edwards
idea-
jerseys if they made it.
because I don't know.
I hate Kobe because I don't like
But
him.
This is what I mean. Like when we speak about Kobe's inactivity, like if he does win the championship and becomes the champion, like who's he gonna fight? Is he gonna cherry pick fighters? Is he gonna be a champion that fights twice a year?
But he's always he's already cherry picking without
That's
a
what I
title.
mean. Like when he becomes champion, like is it gonna get it worse? Is he gonna hold up the division, or is he gonna come out like Volk? How much do we love the fact that Volk just consistently wants to be in the ring and fight? Is he love or hate him? That guy was in. Just making sure he gave people chances, and he was fighting.
And
he
he's
was
still
fighting.
He's still fighting. He's got another one coming up.
You know what I mean? Like this is what you want to see in a champion. You want to see a champion that goes, all right, I fought. I need a couple of weeks to rest, recover. All right, boom. Who do you want me to fight next? Let's do
even
it.
no,
Go
even
into
it, like once they win the belt, like even Edwards once he won the belt, I was happy for him to take time off.
Yeah,
Cause bro, like that's a milestone. You know, all you do your whole career is try to win belts.
but
Like,
he went straight back into
Yeah,
it.
but that's smart because
Yeah.
you're still fresh.
Yeah. Speaking of
Congratulations.
active champions as well, so Pereira's putting the belt back up on the line against Izzy straight away as soon as he's beat him. I feel so bad for Izzy. Like this man followed him to another sport, slapped him up
Stylebender.
in the same kind of sense, right? Izzy was beating him, Pereira just slapped him up and KO'd him.
And I think this fight comes down to the mental block, man. Like,
Yeah.
can Izzy get over that mental block? Because clearly someone's living there rent free.
Red free.
As much as Izzy would never want to admit it, like,
I remember how
that-
angry you
bro,
were.
like, if I was spewing.
Remember how angry he was?
Bro,
He got-
TikTok
yeah.
came for me, lads.
Yeah.
Bro, they came for me. I was like,
I still get
chill
comments
out.
on that video to this
Yeah,
day.
I was like, chill out, bro. I was like,
It's just
jeez.
an opinion.
Yeah, I was like, chill out, bro. I'm backing my boy. But yeah, like I think with Izzy, it's just a mental block. I think Izzy is the better MMA fighter. I
Definitely.
don't think that's up for debate. But Pereira's got his number, and I know personally, like if I was doing something in life and someone always just got me,
Yeah.
it'd get to a point where I'd start to doubt myself. It
Definitely.
doesn't matter how self-assured you are, how confident you are. There's gonna come a day when you go like, am I that guy? Am I him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. But then when it comes to you get into that cage, you get locked in, you go, am I him?
Yeah.
I don't know, am I him? So I think
I think that's what happened in the first fight too. He had him, and then
he thought he was him.
yeah, he thought he was him,
Opened
and
up
then
at the end, bro. He opened up to him a lot. At the end.
yeah, like
And like, but that last round is the worst time of the fight. It's like football. You know, when I'm watching the last 3 minutes,
yeah.
it's like 100 minutes.
You're under
Like,
the
Usman will tell you the same thing.
yeah, like I'm like,
Yeah.
bro. So even in UFC, like Usman done the mistake, Izzy done the mistake,
But here's the thing.
and
with
I don't see any of them. Like Usman obviously just lost, and I don't see Adesanya winning. I really don't. I think it's time
But
for that new.
Do you know what
cycle.
upsets me about it is you say new cycle. Pereira's going to win this belt. Possibly, win this fight. Let's say he wins, defends the belt. He's just going to vacate and go up to light heavyweight because that's his natural weight. He can't fight that often at middleweight.
and
He himself said it's physically impossible for him
and
to
the
cut that
thing
weight.
is about
So what? He just vacates it, then they fight for it.
I don't know.
but the thing about light heavyweight is not light heavyweight, but about that weight, middleweight, with Pereira, like I think, for example, if he got matched up against Rob Whittaker, like
He doesn't win
as-
that fight.
as long as Whittaker does not get caught, I don't see a route for Pereira winning that fight.
Yeah,
like-
Whittaker's got the jiu-jitsu on.
Yeah,
He's got the
like,
ground game. He's
as-
he's more well-rounded
Yeah.
than Izzy is.
As long as like Whittaker doesn't get caught and he can stay away from that hand, because we've seen what happens when Whittaker gets caught.
Yeah,
Like he can go to sleep. As long as he doesn't get caught, I don't see how he doesn't win that belt. And I think for someone like Whittaker, it's so frustrating because you sit there and you've versed Izzy twice now and have been unable to beat Izzy.
This
and
new
you
guy.
kind of go, this new guy is for like they say, styles make matches. And stylistically, like Pereira's the one guy you kind of go, that's the guy I want. Like, yes, he's big, he's imposing, but I've been in the ring. I've got enough ring experience to kind of go,
Two words.
let me,
Two words for anyone that doubts Rob Whittaker. Yoel Romero.
yeah.
For anyone that says, "Oh, Whittaker can't
Explosive,
stay in
yeah.
there with a big guy," he spent 50 minutes in the ring
Yeah,
with
exactly.
Yoel Romero.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
So
I
he's
think
got
stylistically,
experience
yeah.
being in the scary situation.
exactly. So it's funny, like how it works. Look, I don't know if I see like that's the other question. Like, even if Izzy wins the title again, like, what does he do? You know what I mean?
That middleweight's got some young blood coming through. I think he might fight Whittaker again. Kamzat's also in that division now.
Comes
Yeah.
out as the best, bro. I love it.
Yeah, Kamzat. But
He's like this
By the
Colby
end-
guy is liar, man.
by the end of the year, I see Kamzat being that division's champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I truly
no
believe.
one wants to fight him, bro.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the problem. No one wants to fight
Like,
him.
the whole UFC, like
But-
just a bunch of.
No one wanted to fight Pereira. He eventually got 4 fights and then got the title shot. I think Kamzat only needs to beat 1 or 2 guys. And
Yeah,
he'll-
he's got 2 more
the
wins in
hype
him and he'll
train
go for it.
anyway.
Sorry,
He's got the hype train behind him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he'll
got the
have
hype
a
train.
similar trajectory to Izzy to Pereira, like you said
I
as
think.
well.
Yeah, I think even if he fights Whittaker next or someone up in that top 5 and beats them, he'll call for a title straight away.
Yeah, he's like, I want to take this belt off these 2
'Cause,
clowns.
like,
Yeah.
Whittaker's kind of got nothing to do at the moment. He was supposed to fight Costa, and that obviously fell apart as well. So he's kind of just hanging in the background. And you know,
I saw him last week actually.
Doing press conferences, doing
I- I-
interviews.
I saw him last week.
Bring
yeah,
him on,
at
bro.
At training.
Time to
yeah.
come bash us casuals. Disrespecting the sport.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's. I get what you mean.
like
but
he's
yeah,
just hanging around. Like, what's he gonna do? Like, he's trading, but like,
Yeah,
What's
it's
it-
a hard spot to be in as well. Because you don't know if you want to
Like
go.
he's the best in like Whittaker. You'd argue he's the second best of the best in that division. However, you want to that doesn't have a belt.
He's a Max Holloway.
Yeah.
You know, if that guy doesn't exist, I'm the champ.
And the thing is, you'll clean the floor with pretty much everyone before. Like we saw the first time when he lost to Izzy, and he pretty much went back to the drawing board. He had those 3 fights before he went back another
I
title
felt so
fight.
bad for him.
Like,
They made him fight 3 other people before they gave him another
you
title
know what I
shot.
mean?
That was so unfair.
Maybe he doesn't have the hype train behind him. Probably that's why.
Yeah, but the Aussies, we all get behind Whittaker.
Okay,
Yeah.
but-
Anyway, guys, that's been episode 1 of the AJB MMA show. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're a football fan, head over to our channel and check out our Ajiba's Couch episode 36 and all the other episodes. We talk football there. If you're interested in NRL, League Lads drops every Wednesday at 6 p.m. So make sure you go and check that out too.
We're busy, boys. We're busy, busy.
Comment, subscribe. It means a lot to us. And if you're an MMA fan, after every MMA card, after every UFC card, I should say, we're going to be posting one of these videos, doing a breakdown analysis if we watch the fights. Today we didn't watch the fights, so we just talked our shit.
Go and fight. Tell him to go and fight us on TikTok too.
Yeah, and if you don't agree with our opinions, go fight us on TikTok.
No, you don't even have to agree. Just fight us, bro. We're here.